Yeah, no, I mean, reps is a goal, especially the position that I'm in. Yeah, no, it was great just to get out there and consistently fill out the reps and get some experience in those specific plays.
Coach Wright talked about a conversation that you guys had about you taking the long haul approach. I'm just curious, what has this past year been like for you, and how have you been able to? I mean, you seem to have a positive outlet. Sustain that through it.
Yeah, like you said, it was a rough year, a long one at that, to say the least. But you got to have perspective, and it's all about controlling what you can control. And honestly, that's what's made me happy. Getting another opportunity to be here and play for the Carolina Panthers is I'm blessed, and I'm really happy to be in this position to get another opportunity. And like he said, I'm in it for the long haul. When that opportunity comes, I'll be ready.
Hey, Matt, it's good to see you again. What was the most challenging thing? I know there's a lot of stuff that you went through in that first year, even up to now. Can you share what's been the most challenging for you in the journey?
Just uncertainty. But again, you can't worry about uncertainty, because that kind of falls into the uncontrollable. And that's something that as an athlete specifically, you can't. Even as a human being, you can't worry about something that's not in your control. You're gonna tear yourself down. It's gonna be, you're gonna mentally implode. And something the way I learned in college and leading up till now, it's all about perspective and keeping that perspective and controlling what you can control. As long as you do that, stay true to the game will stay true to you.
That uncertainty, probably not a question you'd expect, but how much does your faith matter in being able to?
It definitely ties in just to everyday life. Not only into football, and I know the question's coming, so I'm just going to say that the post on draft night had nothing to do with football. It had zero to do with football, and me and Reich had that conversation, and like he said, that's going to be between us. But it was a good conversation, and there's stuff I'm still figuring out outside of football, but it's nothing but positive things, and I'm learning and growing every single day.
Matt, if I could follow up, what allowed you to find that perspective that you're now able to channel?
Just being able to grow. I feel like if I wasn't able to do that, I would have been exactly in that same position. And it would have hindered my growth, and not only as an athlete, but as just a human being, and having relationships outside of football. I think every little thing it matters. Everything, my social life will trickle into my football life trickles into my social life, and just trying to maintain that balance. I think that's what really got me to have a perspective. And
so why did you post what you posted on draft night then?
Like I said, it was just personal stuff, just my social life and my relationships with the people, that care about me and I care about them. Had nothing to do with football.
What's your relationship like with Bryce? I mean, it's early on, but how has that been?
I've known Bryce since, seventh grade maybe? Seventh, yeah. He's always been younger. I think he was 2 years younger, but I mean, we'd be in the same spots, same areas, same camps working. But yeah, no, and as we got older, I remember he went to Cathedral. I was at Oaks Christian. He then transferred to Modern Day after that. I transferred to Long Beach Poly, but we've always been in the same area, worked camps together growing up, and that's kind of just how our relationship's been. And it's kind of cool just to see the growth that has came from when we saw each other, or when we first met each other in 7th grade.
Able to learn from two guys that played the position for a long time?
It definitely helps for sure. Being guys that have been there and done that definitely helps, because they show their mistakes. That gives you some sort of comfort, and it just gives you that comfort, and I feel like that's the biggest thing when you get to this level, for sure.
Matt, what's the difference between Matt Corral now and Matt Corral this time last year?
That's a good question. I would definitely say just my patience for myself, and being able to have that perspective, because it's hard. It's hard for me when you go to college, you go to running the show, and then now it's like now there's a bit of a learning curve. You get hurt last year, and again, uncontrollable, and then we get a new coach, new staff, new everybody around here, and then it's a new system. rolling with the punches, controlling what I can control, and staying true to the game. As long as you do that, the game will stay true to you, and just being a good person in and out of the building. That's the gist of it. It gets more detailed than that, but if you live by that, that's what's going to get you through. And I think I've done a good job at that. But I catch myself. You catch yourself in your head. You have negative thoughts, and it's just the more the more you continue, to not listen to those thoughts and do more positive self-talk, do more. You might not get execute the rep right in practice, but as long as you learn it, watch the film, correct it, be okay to live with that and then move on. Not just keep harping on it that you missed that simple play. And I think that's been the biggest thing for me.
You said it was a tough year. Specifically, how tough was that moment when you realized they were trading up to number 1 and going to get a quarterback? It wasn't tough. I mean, my competitive nature, yeah, sure, it was like, okay, let's go. But it's the business, and that's something that those guys make, and that's something that I got nothing to say about it. That's what they want. That's what we're gonna get, and that's what we're gonna do. So, like I said, I'm gonna continue to do my best and continue to make this team as best as I can to my ability, and just get better every single day and make the people better around me. In the weeks that followed that, have you had any discussions with Scott about potentially getting traded?
No. Me personally, if it was up to me, I don't want to get traded.
Why is that?
I love the people here. I love the people that I'm around. I want to play for Coach Rag. I really like the coaches that we have around us.
Matt, I know you knew Bryce growing up, but Jonathan Mingo also getting selected. What's the relationship like between the two of you, and how has he grown maybe since the year you guys have been away from each other?
Physically grown. He got a lot bigger since the last time I saw him. He's definitely broader in the shoulders and the legs. But, I remember Mingo when he first came in. He was built the same, but, great athlete, physical receiver, and just a team player. His freshman year, he didn't get the ball a lot, but he was still a key guy. He gets older, gets the ball more, and then I leave, and then now he's the number 1 guy. And now he stayed in line, waited his turn, and he got what he deserved for sure. And I'm happy for him, and I'm happy that he got to come here and be with me.
Matt, in terms of coming back from last year's injury, when did you feel like, okay, that's behind me, I'm 100%?
When I stopped feeling my foot. I would say that was the biggest thing, because there'd be times where, you're 6 months in, or like 4 months in, and you wake up one morning and you still feel it, and it just feels like it's never going away. But we're past that, and I'm just, like I said, the first day that I was in cleats and I went onto the field, I was so happy. I was a little kid. I felt like I was a little kid back in Pee Wee's again. And it was just a surreal moment. It was a grateful moment, for sure. Definitely.
Speaking of that sort of thing, how important do you think actual preseason games will be to you? It sounds from what Coach Rex said.
Oh, very important. I mean, even before they were still important, but I feel like it's definitely a time to showcase what I can do, for sure.
You had a little fun with your Golden Corral?
It's a good little gig, but it definitely starts fun conversations, that's for sure.
Anybody stick out to you during team reps today?
Excuse me?
Anyone stick out to you in particular during team reps today?
No, I mean, I feel like the guys have done a great job of, executing what's handed to them. And it's not like some guys surprised me specifically, but as far as the coaches, they didn't know what they had coming in here, and I know that a few of the guys have surprised them, and we're all getting better as days go on, and I'm definitely excited for this season for sure.
All right, real last one to Joe.
What's that quarterback room like? Frank said part of the reason they cut Jacob was to make sure you got enough reps.
We have a great group of dudes in there, for sure. To say that, in the whole locker room, we got great dudes. There's nobody that's very egotistical in the locker room. Everybody's helpful to one another, and from conversations I had with guys, that's not normal. And I'm glad and grateful that I have I got put in a situation where I just got good dudes around me, and you know, Andy's been a great vet helping us through and through, and me and Bryce, and you know, I'm happy about that for sure.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.